We're at a company in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and it's called the Galley. And we're going to be talking with Roger Shollmier. And Roger is actually going to provide the Village Park Eco Home with one of his very creative sinks. Roger, explain this really unusual sink.
I would love to talk to you a little bit about the sink. First of all, I created it a few years ago to be the most efficient way to cook in a kitchen, and incorporating induction cooking next to it I find to be very critical because it acts as countertop. But the most beautiful thing with it is we were also able to show some portable induction. Now I can cook on both ends of the galley. And what's great, we always have a cutting board available, and we can clean the cutting board right here at the sink. Okay, so we've got it always available. We always have a colander that's available that you can have. You don't have to go retrieve it. You don't have to retrieve your cutting board. And this can change out to a bowl as well. So you've got both of those items here that are really used for almost everyday cooking. And by the way, we have a drain rack that also adds countertop. And we can slide it out of the way. If I've used this, I can take it and just put it on here to drain it. Or if I'm bringing something hot out of an oven, I've got a trivet to land it on.
But the point of the matter is, you've got literally everything right here. You don't have to walk around the kitchen for your cutting board or for the drain or the colander or anything else for that matter.
It's always here ready and waiting on you. And yes, you don't have to be retrieving stuff, which makes it convenient. Even the person who doesn't cook much has the things he needs on an everyday basis. They're waiting on him.
Now, this size is a 4-foot size.
Right.
How many different sizes do you make?
We have a 3-foot single tier galley. Then we go to the 4-foot, which also gives you the double tier where stuff slides in and out under each other, which I think is very important. And then we have the 5.5-foot galley, and we have the 7-foot galley.
Which is what we're going to take a second and go look at.
We'll go take a look at that. Let's do it. It's awesome.
Let's do it. Okay, Roger, we're now in here with the 7-foot. This is a big sink.
You know, it is a big sink, but it's also a workhorse. It's the workstation in the kitchen, and it's more of an appliance than a sink. But a 7-foot really gives you a tremendous amount of flexibility to act as a buffet to serve things. Because here again, we have 2 cutting boards. Now you see meat and vegetables. I don't have to go retrieve them. We always have a bowl. And down at the other end, you can see we have a colander that pulls out as well. And we still have the drain rack. But all of a sudden, I can take this and push it over, slide this over, and we just made all of this countertop. So you gain countertop, you gain function, and you still have a sink that you can work with at this end. So the flexibility is beyond what anything out there in the market can do.
Now, one of the things that you didn't show that you showed us about an hour ago, because you actually served lunch on this sink, is you have places to put ice, you have places to put chilled salad, you have places to put the different condiments. You actually served meat that you had cooked in one of your special
steam ovens.
Steam oven, thank you. This sink does just about everything except wash the dishes.
Well, and yes, it won't wash the dishes, but it sure does everything prior to that. And, you know, as far as prepping, cooking, serving, a buffet style, it does all of that for you as well.
You really love these induction cooktops. You love them even more than you love the gas cooktops. Explain that.
Well, first of all, I teach cooking. I've always been a gas promoter, and I just started experimenting with induction, and it's been around since the early 70s, so it is perfected. Only reason we use gas is we can control the heat source. I can control that heat source just as good, if not better, than gas. Plus, it becomes countertop, and we're not throwing all that heat into it. Gas is not a green item because it loses about 60 to 65% of its energy. Induction is 100% efficient. That makes it a green item to me, and it creates countertop. So I think it's a must in a kitchen, and it is the future of kitchens. Gas is great. I'm not taking away from it, but I would never have gas again in my house. It's nothing but induction for me. And my clientele in Tulsa is seeing it, and nationwide it's catching on big time. So I recommend it for the future.
There's so many things that we have not shown you in this kitchen that's in here. If people want to see this and see a lot more of the features that you have an outstanding website.
It's definitely outstanding. If you want to get a hold of the future of the kitchen, you go to thegalleysink.com and you start looking at our portfolio and looking at our photo highlights of this product and the videos that we've got on there. One of the best ones, of course, is cooking pasta in a non-Galley kitchen and cooking pasta when we come to the Galley headquarters and we do the same meal. You'll get it, and you'll see induction at its performance, and you'll see the Galley at its peak performance. It's a must.
This has been quite an experience, and we very, very much appreciate your hospitality. And I love this sink, and we're looking forward to putting it in the show home.
I love to provide it to you, too, because it fits right in the show home for the eco-friendly vibration.
Thank you, Roger. We appreciate it very much.
Thank you, sir.